Hey, what's up? It's Rashad, Antonio, OG friend of the fam. Of course, we are the Calrissian kids. And if you haven't noticed, new channel name, the Upon Further Review. We do podcasts, we do reviews and reactions. Just wanted to update the channel name to reflect more of who we are today. Yeah, go ahead.
Rebrand,
Hanging with the
rebrand.
Jones is still a podcast. Me and Keisha dropped an episode about a week and a half ago. Mandalorian, chapter 22.
Guns for hire.
All spoilers.
Guns.
Got to talk about the thing to talk about the thing. And we hadn't talked about this. The only thing we said
No.
was a lot of cameos.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the episode? Just overall.
I won't say it's a filler episode. I said it was a partially filler episode, if that makes sense.
I really felt the same way because
A partial filler
yeah,
episode.
it wasn't like, full on Mando
Mhm.
has like a whole side quest and then he has to go to the place to do the thing he really needs to do. It's not like season one, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It, yeah, I don't know. Like, okay, so I went into this. Okay, one thing I need people to stop doing too is and we fall. I know I fall into a trap sometimes as well. And this is like hyping up the director that's going to be on. You know what I'm saying? Because like the internet loves Bryce Dallas Howard because she did some good.
Mhm.
She did an episode with the when they were in the woods and Mando and like the space native lady, like he could have basically stayed there and hit
Yes.
that. That was a good
Yes.
episode. And she did another one. So
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but she did some really good
Yeah.
episodes. They gave her
Mhm.
this episode and was like, look, yo, we're gonna put a bunch of people in this, and this is the script for this episode. I need you to work your
Yeah.
magic with this. So
Yeah.
because like it was light on okay it was kind of out of tone for the season so far because the season so far
Yes.
it's been bangers after bangers,
Yeah.
and I kind of felt like they thought that the cameos was gonna kind of push it over and have us not
Right.
really look too much into the episode, but
Yeah.
like it was definitely a partial filler.
Cameos, in my opinion, kind of overshadowed the episode a little
Like
bit.
for me, they didn't really overshadow it. Like it just
Yeah.
kind of made me laugh. You know what I'm saying? I was
Right.
like,
Right. I was like,
because okay, let's just start from the beginning.
but
So
yeah,
the beginning we see some Aqualish, you know what I'm saying? They just chilling
mm-hmm,
on a little
mm-hmm.
ship. And then we see an Imperial ship, like a
Right.
destroyer. And they
Uh-huh.
he's like, yo, I held him. And the captain of the Aqualish is this like, female Aqualish, which it never
Yeah.
dawned on me that there was females in the species. You know what I'm saying? Like I've
Right.
never
Yeah.
seen a female one before. I can be.
Right. We've seen female Mon Calamaris, but
Yeah,
we've
it
never
just was like
seen.
really like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that of course is listed like
Yeah.
asexual. But anyway, so
Uh-huh.
she tries to hell him down, talking, and dude was like, yeah, like we're not
We're not no
warlords.
warlords.
We are not imperial either. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We are basically hired guns. So you see, what's that dude name? Like Axon. He has
Yeah,
like
his
the
name,
he has the wackest name. You know what I'm saying?
yes, his name is he's the new leader of their group is Axe Wolves.
Yeah, Axe Wolves, Woves.
Yeah,
You know what
uh-huh.
I'm saying? So he's tells them like, look, we got a bounty for little Mon Calamari Prince. You know what I'm saying? We gotta
Yeah.
take him back home. And they're
Yeah.
like this like unrequited, Romeo and Juliet type love going on. And
But I love too is how she was like, hey man, we had peace with the Moncali for the first time, like really ever, because those two aquatic, what I'm saying, species have been beefing for centuries or whatever. It's like, yo, we had peace. Like, why, we didn't kidnap nobody or anything like that. And then she was like, and he was just like, yeah, we know that's your lover. No matter what, we live to our creed and to our bounty. So yeah, what we're gonna do is come on that ship and you're gonna get turned them over, no problem. My man ran out. It was like, no, I love her. No, you don't understand. He was like, all right, my guy, I get it, cool, whatever. Yo, your people paid us to bring you back, bro.
uh-huh.
So can do this the easy way, we can do this the hard way. The choice is yours. You know what I'm saying? And she basically was like, "Hey man, look, just go back with him. We'll figure this out.
Yeah,
We
we
will
like
figure this out
we
somehow."
like we try to be dumb teenagers about this, but it's not gonna work.
Yeah, right. So yeah, you were saying like they were star-crossed lovers. So I just love how they did bring in the fact that these species have been basically at war, and this is a way, I guess, that they were going to try to not say try to, but this could have squashed the whole beef for real.
Yeah, big Montague Capular energy going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very much
so
so.
so yeah, so that's title screen, boom, episode. So we got Mama Bo, Papa Den, Lil Grogu, you know what I'm saying? And they're heading to a planet called Plazar 15.
Mm-hmm.
And they track down, the rest of Bo's old fleet.
Yeah.
So where Axe Wolves is chilling out
Mm-hmm.
and on this random planet. And they pull up to the planet, they get tracked down and go to the landing bay. They know what was funny about that whole scene? Like
So,
Grogu was like grooving to the music, to the
yeah.
welcome music as they came in. I was like, yo, like they giving Grogu way more emotion and like his face and stuff. He's actually like reacting to stuff. So that's been real good to
Uh-huh.
see, like real subtly. So they pull up. It's like two straight up black. It's a black R2 unit and a black C3PO type droid. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and they're like, hey, you gotta go on a little pod, you know what I'm saying? On
Mm-hmm.
in Hyperloop.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta talk to the people. He's like, hey man, we just here to see my people in the field over there. You know what I'm saying? The only reason we parked
Yeah.
over here because y'all made us. We was gonna park close, not so far anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just because out of respect,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't want to scare them. Or so they're like, yeah, according to the Coruscant rule, yada yada yada, y'all got to talk
Uh-huh.
to the person in charge here to talk to
Yeah.
anybody who's holding arms. And they're like, what?
And then another thing too is it brings back how much Din Djarin really hates droids too as well, because you kind of forgot about that a little bit. I'm not gonna say he hates them. He's untrustworthy of them, and we know why, because he was a little boy when the separatist droids came and like took out his village, and that's when he became a Mandalorian. But I just thought it was hilarious. He was just like, you see what I mean about droids, yo? He was like focusing, like, yo, you see what I'm talking about here or whatever. She like, hey
And
man.
to be honest, it really felt like it felt a little bit forced to me because even throughout the entire episode, like he
Mm-hmm.
was being like really dickish towards almost all the droids. I'm like,
Yes.
fam, like you really took IG-11 off a statue. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? To try to get him back so he can help you out. You took
Yeah.
R5, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Even though R5 did not want to go, you know what I'm saying?
I was
At
like,
all.
at all.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know where this kind of changed, like why they would do that so drastic like that. It was kind of weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So we, so they take them and we get into, I guess, the main little audience room. And what do we see? Our first two cameos. We see Space Lizzo and Space Jack Black. Like
Yo,
I was
like,
looking like when I look, I said, "Is that Lizzo?"
is that
That's all I can.
Lizzo?
I was like, "Is that Lizzo
I
for
said,
real?"
man,
That
I know it's
Lizzo.
not Lizzo. I was like, hold on,
I said,
ain't no
I
the
said,
black girl looking like that. That's definitely
is
Lizzo. And then she
Lizzo.
started talking. I said, oh yeah, it's
Okay, I
definitely
said, "Oh yeah,
Lizzo.
just the Lizzo, whatever." And then the other, I was like, "It's Jack Black."
I
I said,
said,
"Wow."
yo, in one scene,
In one scene, right?
they're
Space
together,
Jack
like they're like
Black.
an item. It was so
Yeah,
like, I said, okay, all
right.
right, I guess we're gonna go with this.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, because it's like she's the Duchess of that planet, and he was an Imperial officer who basically early on was like, "Yo, this is some trash," and he broke away. You know what I'm saying, from the Empire, and
was
he
also a
basically,
part of the amnesty program.
yes, and yeah, was part of the amnesty program. He broke away completely, and basically they fell in love. they they fell in love and they are, they're an item, that they get married. So yeah.
Uh-huh. And it's really funny because they they're like this like very much almost utopian type society. Like they can't have
Mm-hmm.
weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Because of him, basically nobody can have weapons on the place as part of his basically his pardon from the amnesty program.
Mm-hmm.
It's very droid heavy. They're repurposing
Mm-hmm.
all the droids there to do like
Mm-hmm.
tasks and stuff, and people just kind of like, man, we ain't gotta work. We just chilling. We could do other stuff. We
Right.
can have fun. Like we don't have to worry about all that. There's probably no sort of currency there. So it's just like this really like weird bubble, literally, because they're in like a dome, like of a
Mm-hmm.
place.
Mm-hmm.
So they're talking, say, hey man, we just trying to really get to our people over there in the field. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why they there. And he was like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? We just let them be. They don't really bother us. We don't really bother them.
They are protection. That's all
Yeah,
they're
you
like,
know, they just hey,
that's it.
they just here to chill. You know what I'm saying? They looked out. So
Uh-huh.
and the funny thing is also kind of the odd plot point is he said, yeah, so we kind of need you guys' help though. We got some rogue droids running around here, some random incidents. He's like, well, why don't
Mm-hmm.
you ask them? He said, but yeah, they can't really come in and bring their guns in here. He said, but
Yeah.
we got weapons on us. He said, is it not like part of your religion? Y'all like guests.
Yeah.
We didn't hire y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
very weird loophole, you know what I'm saying? Which is the start of the
Uh-huh.
weird loopholes. So again, the entire theme of this season has been if you do something for me, I'll do something for you. And that's
Right.
another favor type system that the show has been based upon.
Yeah.
Because they like, yeah, I'll let you go see your people. You just cut down these these rogue droids for us.
Yeah.
And then we
Find
go
out
to
what the
see
hell is
our
going on.
yeah, definitely. What's
Oh,
going on?
before we even go there, once again, Grogu lets his stomach gets the best.
Oh
So
my!
space
Oh, you got it. My
space
bad. I forgot about that. Yeah. You right.
Space Lizzo was like, "Oh my god, so adorable. Can I hold him?" And then it's like, "Hey, yo, he don't really take the people like that. No, I didn't get." She pulled the little sardine fish thing out. My man said, "Whoop!" He flipped. She said, "Oh, and he flips." And you know what I'm saying, the acting that Pedro Pascal did without seeing his face with the mask on it was just like, this nigga here, man.
So
Just
disappointed in this
so
child.
disappointed. So disappointed. This child is embarrassed. This child is embarrassing, yo, for real. Like
I can't
you,
bring your
I
ass
can't,
nowhere without you
can't
trying to
bring
eat.
nowhere. You talking about some dad, no, like, no, like it'd be like somebody who got like a Rottweiler or a pit bull or something like that. And somebody be like, "Oh man, that's a nice little." No, man, I don't like people talking about dog, touching my dog or something. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like that. And you put a little dog biscuit out, that thing, it starts licking on that person. You like, mother, God, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that was just
definitely,
hilarious.
definitely. It's funny too because it's like low key on some real black culture stuff because like black people ain't gonna like just try to take your baby. They gonna a lot of time they'll ask first, like, can I hold your baby?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
so that was like real low key funny to me too. So off to our next cameo. And they're in this like control room type setup, looking over
Mm-hmm.
all the cams of the city and whatnot. And they said,
Mm-hmm.
hey man, we're trying to figure out what's going on with these droids. You running this? He's like, yeah, I'm running this. And who is it that comes out?
Space Christopher Lloyd. Space Christopher Lloyd, as we all know him as Doc Brown from Back to the Future. You know what I'm saying? The judge from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Good old Christopher Lloyd. And it's just like, wow, that's that's like three
Okay.
cameos.
I was like, okay, like I knew he was coming this season because I heard the rumors that Chris was
Yeah,
gonna be in
uh-huh.
it, but I was not expecting three cameos in one episode.
Right. And if you really want to be specific, possibly kind of four as well, because don't forget, former WWE wrestler Sasha Banks reprised her
So
role.
for real, I was about to say
You know,
for
said
yeah,
yeah.
and I kind
So
of feel like the lady at the end of the episode in the that was in like the droid morgue. I feel like I saw her. I've seen her somewhere before too. but we'll get to that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah.
But yeah, so he's talking. He's like, "Hey, man, I don't know what's going on, man. I do all the coding for them, and they've been going pretty good. It's been some random incidents, and
Yeah.
he starts showing some incidents.
The what? Yo, let me tell you something. The one I was like, yo, they didn't show it, but you were just like, yo, they really with the chef
with the chef
hey,
droid, yo,
the knife.
slice
You
them
just see
up.
that, and the next thing you know, you just saw it go like that, and they cut the scene. You just hear the thing went nuts and just started cutting and killing people, man. Like
Yo,
what
she
the
was
heck?
like, turn it off. He was like,
Yeah, she was like, yeah.
excuse me?
She gave the most engineer answer that you could all imagine. Like for me, working in my field, I do. If something breaks down, first thing, what I'm saying, we try to do it, and we'll call engineers, like, hey man. And the first thing they'll say is, did you turn it off? Or else did you turn it off for 30 seconds and then turn it back on? We're like, really, bro? Like that simple or whatnot? It's just you're like, yeah. She said, just shut them off, shut them down. And he goes into a whole thing of like, hey, I would if I could, but they won't let me shut, what I'm saying, shut them down. And they're like, the hell you mean you won't let you shut them down? Like, so basically, he says that the droids are vital to their culture as far as they do everything for these people. While like you said earlier, the droids do all the manual labor, all the work. They're the workforce, everything, and it leaves the people to, what I'm saying, enjoy culture, enjoy art, and just enjoy their lives and stuff like that. And he says, yo, if I shut these things down, man, our whole system as our people is gonna crash, bro. We ain't gonna survive. These folks don't know how to do nothing. Type
No,
thing. So and
not at
you know what
all.
that reminded me of Wally, the movie, the Pixar movie. The
Oh,
oh yeah, because remember like when humans left Earth and the robots were doing everything, how like they're in space and whatnot, and the robots just kept doing everything for them, and like they just became fatter and their bones less dense to a point where they can barely walk around and all that stuff like that. And I just thought about the movie Wally and that aspect of that. But yeah, man, it was a simple solution, but he was just like, yo, they won't let me do this. And so they was like, well, what do you know? Like, what's the pattern here for this? And she was like, I don't know. And he was like, yeah, I think something might be happening I think something might be happening at the docks. I'm like, just I was like, that's just random to just be like, oh yeah, I think something's gonna
oh
happen
man,
at
it
the
was so
docks.
funny. It's like, yeah, probability says the docks. So it's funny. So he goes out, they go down to the docks or whatever. And
The scene was hilarious.
yo, so Den is on his just straight acting like a jerk, yo. Like first you see the what's some droids called? Like you see a clanker is
Yeah, the
there, and
clanker.
and
Uh-huh.
he's like basically like the foreman, and it's a
Uh-huh.
bunch of like of those
The
battle
battle droids.
droids, and
Yeah.
they're just being like the muscle carrying stuff. And then
Uh-huh.
was like, so the problem, and the clanker is like, hey, well, you guys shouldn't be down here, and
Uh-huh.
and then was like, man, I'm trying to figure out who's gonna be the next one to to act up. So
So
this
first,
idiot,
Dennis kind of calm. He's kind of calm with it at first by waving his hand in their face and stuff like every battle droid to go by, like waving the hand in their face, nothing. Then he kind of pushes it a little bit. My man starts to punt these jets, just
he starts
start
kicking
kicking,
them.
just start kicking the hell out of these things, man. And then he finally got the one he wanted. He kicked that thing down. That thing got up. He stole on did it, hit him so hard. Yo, thank God he had that Beskar
Said
on, man. Because if that,
ding.
he would have been dead. That thing on Battle Droid was like, boop, just stole on him and knocked him
Oh
out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they started
And,
running.
yo, we've never seen Battle Droids run like that either.
No, I thought about it too. Like, okay, so like between last week of not figuring out, like, people going through hyperspace at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
People got really mad at
Yeah,
us for saying that. I was like, yo, I'm so sorry.
we
And
apologize.
my mom was like, I really don't care because I've never seen like this to this extent.
Yeah, right.
And I've never seen, maybe like in cartoons or something, but like the way he was dipping, it was like it felt like real motion capture, like somebody was legit like just running, and they just like
Yeah.
computer. Of course, it's animated, but still like
Uh-huh.
it looked super fluid to me.
Yeah. Terminator T2000, baby. That thing was different like that, man. It was running so hard, and I was like, and they just started. And let me tell you what's pissed me off with those two. I got jetpacks. Why are we running?
I don't think Den had his on.
Okay, maybe he did.
Because I check I thought about that too. I don't understand why Bo was just, what I'm saying, getting her cardio on. It just was like that part was like, yeah, I could have caught up. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
of course, again, you got this
Yeah.
was written, they gotta make the scene. So they end up catching like, and how they caught up with him was cool because they basically cut him off.
Mm-hmm.
Den is like running through businesses and stuff and like jumps through a daggone a
Window.
restaurant window and
Window.
tackles
Yeah.
your man, and then Bo just blam him twice,
Mm-hmm.
and so they end up taking the what was the little thing called they took off of him?
I forgot what
Yeah,
the
whatever it
hell it
was
was
this
called.
little
Yeah.
piece, this little car, whatever, and it was basically tied to like a their version of a droid bar. So it goes to
Even so when did they go see the Ugnaughts? Was that earlier on or was that I can't recall.
did it say I feel like they saw the Ugnaughts after?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think it was like yeah, whatever. I think they saw them after whatever the but yeah, but they see this thing and they're like, oh, it leads us to where we need to go. It's a droid bar. It's yeah, it's a droid bar. So they go to the droid. It's so funny too because it's like we've seen in the past how, especially in A New Hope, how the droids were not allowed to come into the bar when Luke and Obi-Wan went to go meet with Han and Chewie. But you see the droids are in that jank vibing. They having a good time. They sit there, drinking their droid oil or whatever, droid oil, looking like they doing Star Wars droid hook and all that stuff. They're having a good old swinging time, Rashad. And then and old girl coming there. And before they go in there, Bo's like, hey, look, man, you gotta chill, bro. Like, you gotta chill at how you interpret. He was like, yo, I get the results. She was like, let me handle this like
Oh
thing or
yeah,
whatever.
real
Just look.
quick. So they saw the Ugnaughts before they went to the dock.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we messed that up. We're like talking about
Okay.
so they had to get this list. You know what I'm saying? So they
Of
had
the
to go get
faulty.
the false. So they had to get the list from the Ugnaughts,
Mm-hmm.
and it was cool because it kind of ties in what you're talking about right now because it shows the parallel between the Din knowing how to talk to the Ugnaughts because he was with Quillen. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And
Uh-huh.
how Bo knows how to talk to the droids because she was in the war with them. So
Bo, Bo was like, I am Bo Katan Kreese. I am here to speak to you about the droids and the faultiness of going droid. I am Bo Katan Kreese. I am here to talk to you about the droid. We were sent by the Duchess. And then you just got the Den's like, hold on. I am Den Djarin. He says, I have set what he says, I have set with Quill. And what's the term they always say? I am
um,
done.
I have spoken.
I have spoken. It's like we was like, he said when he said that they stopped and looked and was like, okay,
All
now we can
right, all
talk
right,
to
all
him.
right. You can talk now.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
talk to him.
All right.
And
Thank you for with that closing statement. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So yeah, so that was just a cool parallel, just seeing
Mm-hmm.
how, it's like poetry, it rhymes. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
back with at the bar.
Yeah. So we get to the bar and the little droid bartender's like, yo, can I help you? Because when they walk in, everyone stops and is like, the hell they want in here? What the hell they doing in here? Like they ain't supposed to be up in here. And so the bartender's like, hey, what you guys want? It was like, hey man, what's so we had a faulty droid and we got this thing off of it, and it says that it came here to get it. What's up? And the droid was like, Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, man. We don't do this type of stuff here or whatever. Dan didn't waste no time. As soon as he was like, "There's something about," Dan pulls out like a taser thing. It's like, "Hey, yo, if you don't start talking right now, I'm gonna erase your memory, wipe everything." And Droid was like, "All right, yeah." So yeah, he been here before. That thing started spilling the beans. It was like, "Look, man, this is a bad look on everything. You know, it ain't all droids doing this. Like we trying to figure out. We want to help y'all find this. Like there was like because if not, you know, what I'm saying it's gonna be a problem for us." And they were like, "The hell you mean it's gonna be a problem for y'all?" It's just like, and they were like, "Look, man, humans gonna replace us." And I thought that was just hilarious, considering real world aspect where a lot of humans are losing their jobs because of computers and robots. So I just thought that
Mhm.
parallel was completely awesome and hilarious at the same time. And he was like, "Look, man, we have a purpose here, man. We love it that the organics are, you know what I'm saying, enjoying their life and stuff. Our purpose is to work, man. Ever since we've been reprogrammed and everything, and we love what we do."
He said,
And then
"Hey
you see,
man, the New Republic been decommissioning us."
yeah, they like, yo, if they don't find what's going on, the New Republic gonna come in here and we gone, man. They gonna send us to that job. They gonna send us to daggone Jabba's palace where they was daggone destroying all the robots and everything and stuff, man.
Oh
And
yeah,
so
the name of the little things are called spark pads.
yeah, that's the smart pad. And then so he was like, "Yo, we'll help you guys." And then you just see all the robots start cheering, you know, doing a little cheer and everything. And it was like, "Yo, so look, man, there was like all the droids on this basically here. They come here to get, you know what I'm saying, this type of drink or whatever like that." It was like, what is like, it ain't nothing to get you drunk or nothing, but you know, for them, it's just this kind of help cleans out their circuits and it powers them up and everything. And it seems as if all the droids that malfunction came from this one batch of this type of liquid. I'm trying to think of what the name of that
I'll find it. Keep
uh
talking.
uh yeah. Yeah, it comes from this one type of, you know what I'm saying, oil droid stuff or whatever. And they're like, "Huh, okay." And they was like, "Well, what is it?" And they was like, "Well, it's a certain type of material that's in this you know, stuff that helps, you know, keep the lifespan of a droid going." But that remember the droid was like, "Look, man, we're gonna be here after y'all are gone and dead, man. We just want to work." You know what I mean? It's like that.
Uh-huh.
So they go to
It
the
was yeah, the stuff was called Nepenthe.
yes, in the Penthe. So what it was a certain batch in the Penthe that all the droids that malfunction had partaken of. So they go to, this is even more ridiculous, a droid morgue.
Hold on, before they even go to that, right? They actually look inside of the actual like the concoction, and it's basically like it's like chain code inside of it, and then that
Right,
chain code says basically this went to what I'm saying. There's a chain code in it, so then they go to the
right. They go to the droid
Droid
morgue.
Morgue.
Yeah. And they look at the last you know, the battle droid that they killed there. And the person that was there basically draws some of the Penthe out and they
No,
do a
they
little
had they repurposed the torture bot.
interrog
Yeah,
yeah,
the
the torture
interrogation
bot.
droid.
So they went to pull that Jake out. That daggone torture bot just snapped and started shooting lasers and everything. I was like, yo. And then of course, then you know, comes from behind with the dark saber, cuts it down, cuts it in half. And then they check it out and they're like, yo, and the lady's like, yo, it just looks like a regular, you know, Nepenthe, but hold on. She's like, wait a minute. They're looking at something that didn't notice something. He says, yo, wait a minute. What the hell is that right there?
So this
And
is
she says, hold
letters.
on. This is letters and stuff. And they look, and it was like, hold on. This thing got nanobots in it. Like this Nepenthe has like nanobots in it that, you know what I'm saying, can reprogram stuff that's going on. They look, they was like, well, hold on. There's some words there. Let's flip that around and zoom in. They look and they read what it's saying. It was like, well, where did this come from? And she's like, well, this is illegal. Like, what you mean? Like, it can't come from, you know, wherever it's supposed to come from. It can't come here because it has to be signed off by the, you know, the government officials and stuff like that. And it was like, hold on. They said, well, it's only one person that can get this. And who is it? None other than Space Christopher Lloyd. So then and Bo go back to the little base to meet him. And the first thing I said to myself was, don't say nothing to him while he's by that command station. Just, snatch him up and then tell him or whatever. But hey, this is a TV show, whatever. It was like, hey, man, we know what you did to the Nepenthe. Nepenthe, man. And Christopher Lloyd was like, hey, all right, look, man, y'all come near me. I push this button. All these droids are going to go goddamn haywire and kill everybody. It's going to kill everybody out here. So, whatever, this and that. And they was like, yo, what's up with you, yo? You Imperial? What? Like Imperial's like, please, it Imperial. He was like, Imperial, New Republic, man, y'all all the same, whatnot. And come to find out, Christopher Lloyd is a separatist. He's a former separatist, and he's like, look, man, we all about democracy here. That's why we did. He started talking. He started talking and glossing about how awesome Count Dooku was. And everything.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Man.
Yo.
He was a great man, and he was going to lead us. But you Jedi did this, and then that little distraction was enough for them to take him out, take him down, and then we get back to the main palace, and Space Lizard on Black, they're playing something that looks like space croquet, and Grogu is like helping her win. Grogu is like,
yo, like Grogu's really he's really understanding like how like the world works. You know what I'm saying? And because he already like, yo, like if she happy winning, she gonna give me more snacks. So let me just help her out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So they come in with Space Christopher Lloyd, and they was like, yo, this is the guy that's doing it. And he basically is like saying, look, man, I just serve your family, but man, this is wrong. And she was like, well, maybe one day you can, redeem yourself. But she banishes him to one of the moons of
he got exiled.
Yeah, got exiled or whatnot. And so they promised, he said, hey, we promise y'all to go, you can go. And we said, here's our highest honor, a key to, to the planet. Also, she knights Grogu. He is now Sir Grogu, basically, of the planet. Sir Grogu is the planet. And she tells him, like, hey, man, it's kind of like, this was kind of almost felt something almost like the Bad Batch when they was with, on their planet, like on Pabu, it was like, hey, you guys can come back anytime you want when y'all just want to settle down or whatever.
It did feel like that. There's a lot of parallels to that. Mm-hmm. So here comes the we said all that to say this. This is the last 10 minutes is the episode. So they go on a little leisurely walk, a half mile west of the city, and say, all right, yo, we're not just gonna run on pulling them. We're going like, we're gonna take our time. Yeah. So your boy, what's the boy name? Axe whack name. Yeah. And he's sitting there like, yeah, yo, what you doing here? And Bo was like, man, I'm trying to get my people together. And he like,
she said, I want my fleet back. He was like,
said, man, I've grown quite fond of this fleet, big dog. And then you already know what's about to happen. How we gonna resolve this, Tony? Combat.
but even before the combat, he starts pissing on Den. Yo, we Mandalorians. He won't even born one. Like, what?
He ain't got a house of Mandalorian blood in his body.
God. Yeah, disrespect. And then she was like, yo, he more Mandalorian than anybody out here, yo, for real. Like,
he took up the creed and is a part of the way.
Right. And so she was like, you know what? I challenge you for the right of this. And like, I was like, well, here we go. And they proceed to throw them things, and you see everybody out there watching. Also, shout out to the fact they had black Mandalorians, and I mean a bunch of black.
I was like, look at these black Mandalorians. Not even black Mandalorians. We have black Mandalorians with locks, with dreads. I was like, yo,
yes, I was loving every minute of it.
Yeah, so much. So it had a pretty good fight. Yeah, but Bo beat the brakes out that boy though, yo.
Yeah, showed up did. She was like, yo, you must have forgot who I am, boy. For little boy, you forgot who I am. And she wanted to, he went into this whole blah 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 blah. You try to lead our people, this and that. You can't lead our people. Stuff was on high. I'm the one you fighting me. You need to be fighting him. He the one that got the dark saber, and he's the one like that. And then Den goes ahead and
Loophole number
pulls the
two.
Uno reverse flip card.
Say that again.
The Uno reverse flip card. He whipped that out right there. It was like, and it makes sense though. If it makes sense. So Den says, "Yeah, I beat Moff Gideon to get this dark saber." You know what I'm saying? He said, "No." He said, "I'm giving it to her." And they was like, "Yo, you can't get it." He said, "You know what? She's the proper owner of it." It was like, "What the hell you mean?" Yo, I beat Moff Gideon for this. He says, when I went to the Mandalore to cleanse my redemption, he says, I got captured. The person, took this away from me. She came and saved me. And she beat that person. So don't that make her the proper owner of the dark saber? And they all was looking like, hold on. It was like, we got to do this. They said, we got to do this math real quick in our head. You saw all those.
All right, so you Moff Gideon. You beat Moff. Okay, so well, I'll be damned.
And then Den was bold with it. Don't that make her the leader and the owner?
Yeah.
And they was like, yes, it does. Right. It was like,
it felt like they want to say, well, like what y'all say, this is the way, right?
Right. And so, the episode ends with him presenting the dark saber to Bo Katan, and she ignites it and works it. And you know what, too? If you notice, too, that episode where he did get captured or whatever, which she did work that dark saber easily. She wasn't struggling the way Den did all those years.
Killing it.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't heavy. Wasn't heavy to her or nothing like that. So,
man.
Solid episode, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I say like solid episode leading up to what's about to pop off, because I believe we got 2 episodes left.
Only 2 episodes of the Calrissian Kids left. By the way, guys, we're only 4 away from like a 1K on TikTok. Go ahead and join. Stop playing.
Come on,
baby. My bad. 3 away. We're only 3 away. So let's go ahead and join. Secondly, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get some trailer stuff to drop probably Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Probably more likely Friday and Saturday. So we'll
talk about the other trailers that came too from the other stuff earlier this week as well. So
yeah, because we just like it was crazy because I even recorded a reaction, but I was like, man, I'm going to sleep. So so definitely stay tuned. We're gonna be back with that, and man, we'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Peace out.